great question coming from one of our Red Dragon students at the moment about stiffness in the top of the neck in the vertebrae, cracking of the vertebrae as the vertebrae come into the neck. This is something that can happen when you're doing your Qigong. Part of the principles of the Tai Chi and the Qigong is to find the alignments through the body. So what we do is we focus on the different joints and focus on the muscles, releasing the muscles, opening the joints and coming up. While you're learning to do that, there is a tendency that you can end up locking tension into the muscles. When we talk about opening the muscle, opening the joints, you're kind of emptying the joint and letting it expand, and then letting the energy sink through it. If you're focusing on the joint and you're finding it's tense, there is a tendency to keep that tension and keep building the tension and keep building the tension, and it gets stronger and stronger and stronger until you end up putting the joint out. So you really do have to think of it as melting butter. So if you find that you're tense and you just cannot shake it and stop it, then stop. Come away from it, shake off your body, do something else, and then come back and see if you can then get it to release, because it is very important that you do relax, you do release. Okay, with the neck, part of what you're doing is as you're building the alignments, the energy will start to naturally flow around the body. You're not trying to force anything or make anything happen, but it will start to flow. And as it starts to flow, it catches on areas where you're holding yourself tense, tight and rigid. So when we say pull the chin in, one of the 10 principles is opening up and emptying the neck so that the energy can flow up the top of the head and meet at the point at the top of the head. Okay, so by pulling the chin in, you're opening your neck, but if you pull the chin in and lock the muscles and lock the vertebrae at the top of the neck when you do it, because you're sort of like tense as you're pulling yourself in, then you trap that energy and you will also build tension into the neck, which is something you really don't want. So as you do it, the chin, all the chin is doing, when we say tuck the chin in, it's sort of like dropping in so that the head raises, the neck opens, and then you empty all the muscles down the neck and let everything release, expand and sink. Okay, so all the muscles, all the soft tissue relax, the vertebrae open, which will then allow energy to flow up into your head, and it will also increase blood flow up into your head. Okay, so you really need to be aware of if you're getting clicking vertebrae or things are really, really tense, that's your body showing you where you are tight, tense and rigid. The next step is to really just gently just ask your body to release. Now they say that the spirit leads, the body follows. So if the spirit is the emperor and the body is the subject, the spirit says, or the mind says, do this, and the body does it. But you have to give the body a chance to do it. You have to tell the body what it is you're trying to do. So if you're opening your neck, pulling the chin in, I should say tucking the chin under actually, because pulling it in implies that you sort of tense up into the shoulders and the neck. So it's tuck the chin in, open the neck so all the vertebrae can relax and all the muscles release, and then that starts to allow energy to flow up into the head, blood flow to come up into the head better. It can also be related to other parts of your body. You can find that your tongue, your eyes, your ears, your nose, your mouth, and the jaw and the face and the throat, they can all have tension in them as well. So you need to start identifying these and see if you can get them to relax. If you're having particular issues with the tongue and it's swollen, then the chances are it could be you're dehydrated, or you're drinking too much caffeine, too much coffee, or maybe eating things that your body is not comfortable or happy with, it doesn't require. So this is where we start getting the ting jin, the listening jin. What is your body telling you? What is the information you're receiving? So if I find myself that if I'm eating and forcing my body to eat when my body doesn't want to eat, I can end up biting my tongue and it can be very uncomfortable. Okay. Because the body's trying to give you the information. It's saying, just stop, please stop. So you have to sort of like be willing to listen to the information the body is telling you so that you can then act upon that. Okay. So as we go through the set this morning, we're talking about the alignments, we're talking about the different parts of the body, the joints, to create the harmonies through the body so that energy can flow. so that blood can flow, so that you can breathe comfortably and you can find that comfort within. You're bringing your mind into your body so you can become aware of all these things. The trouble is that as we're doing it, until you actually get that frame of reference and feel that release, you can end up sort of focusing on a joint and putting tension in. You can end up focusing on the muscles and locking tension in. And if you lock tension into your body, then the Chi Gung will stop working. It won't work as well. Energy will still flow, but it catches on things. You've got too much impedance, too much resistance there. So you have to really work on getting the body to relax. And that's the first job you have to do, is get your body to relax, get your mind to relax, get your spirit to settle, and get everything to sync. Okay, so that the energy can do its thing, the body can do its thing without tension, because you're just putting enough effort in to do what you need to do. So really pay attention today on when we say opening the feet, softening the feet, we mean soften the feet. Let the feet expand and spread and soften and relax and sink into the floor. Okay, so let's get started. We'll do just a little bit of a warm up, just relaxing down through the legs, sitting down, foot on the floor, rocking the foot back and forth. So this leg is empty, this leg is full. Okay, so you've got substance in your right leg, emptiness in the left leg. Swap to the other side, and now you've swapped it. So now this leg has substance, this is insubstantial. Pick up the foot, shake off the ankle. And swap. And bring up the knee, circling the foot. Back the other way. And swap. Back the other way. Change, feet together, circle the knees. And back. Come up. Turn out your toes, turn out the heels, finding your shoulder width, circling the hips. Back the other way. Change, circling the shoulders. Back the other way. Change, and then we're just going to add an extra bit in. So breathing in, turn your head over one shoulder. And breathe out, let the head float back to center. Breathing in, turn over the other shoulder. So feel the stretch, but when you feel the stretch, the idea is that you feel the stretch and allow the muscles to release. Don't go and try and force the stretch out. Just ask the muscles to release. They'll be releasing in here, releasing there, and then breathing out, head comes back to center. Breathe in, let the head go back. So just raising the chin, feeling the stretch across the neck and into the chest, and just release, let everything go. Breathe out, let the head roll forward again, and then breathing in, the head rolls forward. So now feel the stretch across the back of the neck and up into the head, and just release and back. So breathing in and breathe out again, and breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. So keep going. Something I heard the other day, and it's something I've known for a while, but it just came back to me yesterday. Well, yesterday or the other day when I was watching something. Is that part of what we're doing with our Chi Gung is resolving internal conflict. So you're looking for all the places inside the body where you're fighting yourself, where you're resisting yourself, and then just letting all of that go. If you can resolve all your internal conflicts, then external conflicts by their very nature will start to diminish. That doesn't mean to say that we won't have conflict and war in the world. You will. You'll still have violence in the world, but you'll attract less of it to you, or be able to perceive it faster and avoid it. So really the only battle is the one with the self, sorting out what's going on internally and getting your body, your mind and your spirit to behave themselves and work together in cooperation. And as you roll the head forward, with the chin on the chest, just very gently just circle the head all the way around, stretching out the spine as you do, and then back the other way. And change. And settling down onto the feet, let the feet expand and sink to the floor, relaxing all the bones, and then softening the ankles, softening the knees, softening the hips, so sinking into your thigh, letting the tailbone tuck under, opening up the lower back, so that when the legs are working together in alignment and you are sunk through the legs, then the upper body can soften. So you then elongate the spine, bringing the shoulders over the hips, and then just very gently tuck the chin in to open up the spine and open up the neck. So you're emptying the neck of force and effort. And then the shoulders just chill out, open, relaxing the elbow joints, opening the wrist joints, and letting the hands become heavy. So you get a slight stretch, but not tight, tense, just hanging neutrally down by the side, comfortable. Breathing into the belly. Softening the mind. Let the mind sink down. Breathing in, let the hands come up the centre line. Turn the palms over, take the hands up over the head. So we're not going to worry about sinking into the legs today. Just keep yourself sat down, tailbone tucked under, and really work on loosening the neck, opening the neck, and opening the shoulders, the shoulder blades, the clavicles, and the chest. Raising the head to raise the spirit, softening the neck, everything just open and empty in the neck, the vertebrae. And that's also a principle that should be applied to your Tai Chi practice. Change, so breathing in, hands come to the chest. Turn the palms to the floor, push down. Again, settling onto the feet, softening the feet, the ankles, the knees, the hips. The tailbone drops, shoulders resting comfortably over the hips to elongate the spine, softening the chest, tucking the chin in very gently to open and empty the neck. Bones floating in space. And then muscles just release. Breathing in, bring the hands up to the chest. Breathing out, left hand floats up as the right hand pushes down. Breathe in, hands come back to the chest. And swap as you breathe out. Keep going. Paying attention now to what's going on in the neck, emptying the neck, opening the vertebrae, lifting the head to raise the spirit. And if you find that your neck is still really hurting, or you've got pain and discomfort, then at that point it's time to start thinking about going to see someone, a Chinese medical practitioner or a masseur, a sports masseur or a chiropractor, just to get yourself checked out and make sure that you don't have anything out of place. With best will in the world, the Chi Gung will relax you, it will help to open everything up. But if you've actually put something out, or something's not right, it's broken, then you need it fixing. Okay, and the Chi Gung, best will in the world, the chances are, unless you are a very, very high level Chi Gung practitioner, the chances are you're not going to be able to fix it on your own, in which case there is no problem, there is no shame, and there's more stupidity in not going and getting it fixed than there is in actually going to get it fixed. So invest in yourself, go get a massage, go see a shiatsu practitioner, or go see a Chinese medical practitioner, chiropractor, osteopath, or anything that works for you. Let your body decide, because it will feel light and expansive when you find what's going to work. Unless, of course, you're burying yourself in the pain, in which case you won't get the message. In which case, just go and see anybody and just try it. One more. With the hands at the chest, breathing out, just push down, let yourself come to rest. So again, softening the feet, the ankles, knees, the hips, tailbone tucked under, shoulders resting comfortably over the hips, chin pulled in gently to open and empty the neck, bones floating upright, muscles release, sink down. Then breathing into the belly, let the mind sink into the belly, and then sit back against your spine. Opening up the hips, sitting back into the pelvis. Softening the body all the way down as you do. And then just start to turn the waist, to bring the shoulders round and back. Turn to the other side, so you're rotating around your spine as you turn the waist. Don't twist, so you're not over-turning, just enough that's comfortable. Softening down through the legs so they can act as pistons or shock absorbers. And then release the shoulders and the arms so the arms can swing round as you turn. Really just let the arms go, let them flop and swing. become like a piece of rope, and the hands are a weight on the end of the rope. You need to adjust the stance so that you're comfortable turning without twisting down through your knees, then do so. Remember, the hips are a very big joint. They're big and they're very powerful. And if they're tense or they're forcing particular motions down through the legs, they can twist the knees and cause all kinds of problems. So you need to release the hips and just let the waist do the work. Become aware of how your weight transfers down through one leg and then back up. And the tailbone tucked under, and the head, raise the head to raise the spirit. Softening the neck, softening the shoulder blades, keeping them totally neutral, and softening the muscles either side of the spine. Releasing the shoulders and the elbows and the wrists. Let the hands become heavy, emptying the hand. Now when I say become heavy, I mean let them sink down. Don't put force or tension into the hands in order to try and make them heavy. You empty the hands out and that makes them heavy. So they become like a weight. Paying particular attention to the neck and the vertebrae going up into the head. And just soften everything off, let everything expand and melt like butter melting. And then we're going to change, so just come to rest. Again, softening feet, ankles, knees, hips, tailbone tucks under, shoulders resting comfortably over the hips, but you elongate the spine and hollow the chest, and let the head, chin tuck in to open up the neck and empty the neck. Bones floating upright, muscles release, expand, sink. A few breaths into the belly, reconnecting with your center, just paying attention of where you are. Are you actually sitting comfortably on both legs? Are you leaning? Are you putting resistance and torque into the body? Or are you empty? Palms to the floor forward. Drop the fingertips, raise the arms to shoulder height. Drop your elbows, drop the wrists and down as though you're pushing through water. So keeping the tailbone tucked under, sitting down. Breathing in, the hands come up. Keep your weight evenly spaced. Don't lean forward or back. Just let the hands float up, down. Again, raising the head to raise the spirit. One more. Just change, turning the fingertips to the right, circling the fingertips round to the right. Then when the right hand is in front of the face, let the left hand continue round to end up forming a circle, holding a ball in your centre. So just pay attention to what your shoulders are doing, make sure they're not leaning forward or back, keeping the spine elongated and the head raised, chin tucked under. Settling down through the feet, softening the legs, breathe in. Breathe out, just allow yourself to turn to the right without leaning, and then breathe in, swap the hands from the elbows, square the hips. Breathing out, turn to the left, breathe in, swap the hands, square the hips. And breathing out, breathing in. So make sure you're sitting back against the spine, keeping the shoulders neutral, the head lifted. Don't forget we lift the head by gently bringing the chin. What you can do is put your tongue in the roof of the mouth just behind the teeth. If you make a L sound, your tongue will naturally go to the point. And then just really release down through the body, softening the waist and the quad, the hips. Rotating around the spine. One more. And circle the lower hand up. Both hands at chest height, breathing in. Breathe out and just push down. To rest. Hands close over the belly. Left hand under right for men, right hand under left for ladies. And again, work on your alignment, softening the feet, the ankles, the knees, the hips, the shoulders, chin. Softening down through the body as you breathe. Bones floating in space, muscles release and sink. Change, bring the hands up, wiggle the fingers at the ends of the arms. And then bring the hands down, circle the hands. Change, breathing in, coming up onto the toes. Breathe out, make yourself drop. Breathing in and breathe out. Come up and down. Keep going. And one more. And relax. Awesome. So hopefully that helped answer the questions. Hopefully that helped give you some more insight into what it is you're trying to achieve within your Tai Chi and Qigong practice. So thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions or would like to leave any comments on your experience or just give me some feedback, that would be absolutely fantastic. Please leave them in the comments below. And if you can tag, share and like this video so that more people can find it, that would be absolutely fantastic. Again, thank you so much for joining me. It's been an absolute pleasure. And I'll be back tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. Incidentally, if you're a white, red or black dragon and you'd like to join me for the day 15 of our Qigong challenge, that starts at 9:30 AM over in the Dragon Warriors Qigong group. Again, thanks a lot, take care and have a really great day.